सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। I am very happy that many of you have come to listen to Vicharasagara online classes. Some of you are regularly attending my direct classes from many years of this Vicharasagara. Some of you may be listening this subject in YouTube. Nearly 100 above classes we have uploaded. Some of you may be listening to that. Some of you may have the text Vicharasagara with you. Some of you may not have the Vicharasagara, Samskrita Vicharasagara text, that which I am taking. Some of you may have the familiarity with the Prasthanatrayam, Gita, Upanishad and Brahma Sutra, and some of you have Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. That study you might have done. Some of you have done only Bhagavad Gita. I do not know. With these three study, if you listen to this Vicharasagara, you can understand well. Suppose anybody is there without the background of the study of Prasthanatrayam, minimum Bhagavad Gita, for them it may be difficult in the beginning, but out of curiosity, suppose they listen to this text, later on they will get more involvement in the text and the subject matter. Therefore, the text is in Sanskrit, originally written by Nischala Dasa in Hindi, that is translated into Sanskrit by another Acharya, Vasudeva Brahmendra Saraswati Swami. This Sanskrit is also very nice, simple Sanskrit only. So, if you do not know Sanskrit also, doesn't matter. You can listen the subject. I am going to talk only simple English. But I consider this text is very, very important. I want to reach to many students. Through this subject, Vicharasagara, they will get more clarity in self-knowledge. That is why I have converted my direct classes into online classes. Some students are asking for this text. Therefore, real mumukshus, tivra jignasus are there. So, for all of you, this text is very interesting, and I hope you also try to follow and understand as much as possible. It seems to be difficult, but it is not too difficult if we pay our attention. Slowly you can grasp. Suppose if anyone has got any difficulty. Therefore, this Sanskrita Vicharasagara, whenever I use the word Nischala is the author of this text, and this text has got 7 chapters. I completed 3 chapters. Now I am in 4th chapter. In that 4th chapter also, 146th topic. Topics are from the first chapter continues. So 145 topics I completed until now. More than 100 classes, 100 hours, 105 hours. All are available on YouTube. You can listen if you have not heard. And that first chapter talks about Anubandha Chatushtayam only. Samanya Anubandha Chatushtayam. The Adhikari Vishaya Prayojanam Sambandha. Similarly, the second chapter also talks about Visesha Anubandha Chatushtayam. Special, more explanation about Adhikari Vishayaha Prayojanam Sambandha only. The third chapter talks about Guru Sishya Lakshana Nirupanam. What are the characteristics of a Guru? What are the characteristics of a Sishya? Discussed in the third chapter. Therefore, the main subject matters, teaching of Brahma Vidya, comes only in the 4th chapter. That's why you have not missed much. Because Anubandha Chatushtayam, you know, many of you know. And Guru Sishya Lakshanam also, many of you know. Therefore, you need not feel disappointment, because we are in 4th chapter, we have not done 3 chapters. You need not feel. So the 4th chapter is the main teaching. There are 3 students appear in this text: Tattvadrishti, Adrishti and Tarkadrishti. Tattvadrishti is one of Uttamadhikari student. Name of the student's author gave those names. This Tattvadrishti is the student of this 4th chapter, asking questions. The Uttamadhikari. This is Shravana Pradhana chapter, and many important topics are discussed here. Adrishti is the second student. 3 of them were brothers only, sons of Shubha Santati. Their father's name is Shubha Santati. So Adrishti is the Madhyamadhikari, mediocre student. He will come in the 5th chapter. Then Tarkadrishti is Kanishtha Adhikari. That Kanishtha Adhikari, Tarkadrishti, comes in the later chapters. That is 7th chapter. Now, the subject matter, I will give what we are seeing. All of you know that example of rope snake. Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta. You are all familiar with that example. Rajju means rope, snake means, Sarpa means snake. Seeing the snake upon the rope, that is the discussion always comes in Shastra. maximum time we talk about this Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta. We know it is only an erroneous perception. Superimposition of a snake upon the rope because the condition is Manda Andhakara. Why this example is taken by Shastra, all of you know. Just as the snake is mithya, unreal, it is superimposed upon the rope, which is the adhishtanam, that is the substratum. Similarly, the entire Jagat, the world, Nama Rupa Prapancha, what you are seeing, is also like a snake. Snake example. Snake-like world. That means you are superimposing the Nama Rupa Prapancha Jagat upon rope-like Brahman. There Drishtanta. The Drishtanta is example. What is the purpose of example? To teach the original teaching for us. Original teaching is Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. This is not easy to understand, very, very difficult. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. World is unreal or seemingly real. Brahman alone is real. For that, Shastra brings this example of Rajju Sarpa. If you understand thoroughly the Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta, how it is only an adhyasa. Adhyasa means atasmin tad buddhi. Seeing something on something else. Atasmin, where snake is not there, upon the rope, person seeing the snake, tat buddhihi, snake buddhihi, upon the rope. This is called erroneous perception, adhyasa. This snake appearance and rope, upon the rope, this looks as though known example only, we know about this, we think like that. But it is not easy to understand even this superimposition also. That is why many acharyas analyzed, they have written books and books upon this erroneous perception. Erroneous perception, it is called Khyātivāda. The study of erroneous perception is called Khyātivāda. That is the topic we are seeing in this portion. Page number 83, Anirvachaniya Khyati Lakshanam comes. Those who are having book, they can open the book 83, page number, you can see 146. Anirvachaniya Khyati, Anirvachaniya Khyati Lakshanam. Lakshanam means a definition. Definition of Anirvachaniya Khyati. Khyati means a study, the study of on erroneous perception. It is an epistemology, branch of epistemology about wrong perception. This wrong perception I introduced in the previous classes. Asat Khyati, Atma Khyati, Anyatha Khyati, all these Khyatis, many systems of philosophies like Nayayika, Vaiseshika, Sankhya, many of them discussed about this Khyativada. And finally, about this rope snake only. They present their own views, all that I have completed. Now I am seeing this Siddhantinaha Anirvachaniya Khyati. So 4 of Khyativadas negated. 3 were negated by Sankhya philosopher. Even Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam also we are seeing the Tattvams of Sankhya philosopher only. So that name is not new for you. So Sankhya philosopher refuted the first 3 Khyatis. Anyatha Khyati, Atma Khyati, Akhyati, like that all the Khyatis he negated. Then Sankhya philosophers Khyātivāda also negated by Siddhanti. After negating 4 of them, if you want to listen, you listen my classes, previous classes. I am not going to explain that. It takes a lot of time. So what Siddhanti means, we the Vedantins present this erroneous perception, the snake perception upon the rope. It is a wrong perception. Non-existent snake person is mistaking the rope as a snake. How it happens? Any erroneous perception, how it happens? So this anirvachaniya means inexplicable, indescribable. This rope snake appearance, it is a snake is there. This snake, rope snake, we call it as rope snake. Rope snake means rope is not snake. When rope is appearing as a snake, that is called rope snake. Okay, this is called adhyasa. When this adhyasa is happening, in many Upanishads we saw this, and when adhyasa, that is superimposition, happens, atasmin tad buddhihi, seeing the rope as snake, called wrong perception. Because seeing rope as rope is right perception. But seeing the rope as snake is wrong perception or erroneous perception. That erroneous perception alone is called adhyasa in the Shastra. Superimposition. Adhyasa means what? Superimposition. Not composition, imposition in the school, college they use. Don't remember those words. Superimposition. So seeing something as something else. Simple. Okay. Now we say this rope snake is neither existent nor non-existent. We are going to introduce third category called anirvachaniya khyati, indescribable, inexplicable category. Mithya category. Mithya category means what? A category where the object seemingly appears, seemingly experienced, seemingly known by me, but a person do not know it is seeming, for him it is real. The one who sees this snake upon the rope, that snake is real for him. Shastra says it is neither existent nor non-existent. It is sad asad vilakshanam. Sad means existent, asat means non-existent. Can you say the snake is there? No. You cannot say. It is not there also you cannot say. It is there also you cannot say. Therefore we introduce third category. It is different from existent category. The rope snake is different from non-existent category also. Vilakshana means different. Now, before going to explain that how this nirvachaniya khyati we introduce, how it is useful for us for understanding the Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, how the author is taking us to that main teaching. Therefore, we have to understand anirvachaniya khyati. Whoever understands this anirvachaniya khyati, for them, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya is very simple. It is like Kartala Malakam. Therefore, try to focus on this category called anirvachaniya khyati. Before going to explain that erroneous perception, now he is talking about what is perception, what happens in perception. That he is explaining. In this last class, I read this portion. That is anirvachaniya khyati lakshanam. I am reading now. That is 146. Those are having book. Those who are not having book, please just listen. Antakarana vrittihi chakshuradi dwara. Antakarana vrittihi. Vritti means a thought. That thought, antakarana, which rise in that antakaranam, inside the mind, antakarana vrittihi, what happens? Chakshur dwara. Now you are seeing my picture. Lakshmi Amma, you have to keep your video also in mute. Chakshur dwara, through your eyes. Chakshuhu means eyes. Chakshur adi padat, other sense organs. Antakarana vrittihi chakshuradi karana dwara. Bahir nirgatya. Bahihi, outside. Nirgatya, goes. It goes outside. Simple only. What I have explained previously. I am just reading in Sanskritam. That's all. So you can learn Sanskritam also. You can enjoy the subject also. What happens? The thought goes through my eyes. Vishaya samanakara bhavati. That thought gets the shape of that object. Vishaya means that object. So from the mind, thought travel through the eyes. I said in the last class, Nana chidra ghatodara sthitamaha. Like that example, here also, Vishaya samanakara. If it is sarpa, the vritti becomes sarpakara vritti. Whatever object it pervades, it gets that akara. Vishaya samanakara bhavati. What that vritti? That sarpa vritti it comes. Sarpa vritti. Taya vritya, by that, here vritti means jnanam. By that sarpa jnanam. Vishaya avarana bhange sati. Once you see that Vishaya avarana means the concealment of that which is covering the rope. Vishaya means a rope was there actually. So this is a normal perception. What happens in any knowledge, whenever you see any object, what happens? This is the mechanism given here. Vishaya avarana bhange. Once you put the light, avarana bhangam, concealment goes away, is removed. Bhangam means removed. Sati, at that time, Vishayaha upalabhyate. You see it as rope, or table as a table, book as a book. If you put the light, you can see that object. Upalabhyate. It is available. Object is available as it is. Tasyaha vrittehe shaurajya lokaha api sadhako bhavati. To get that vrittehe means to get that thought to pervade the object and to get the shape of that object, it needs light. Saura means sun. Either daytime you require sunlight and night time you require either tube light. Some light or other you require to see. Without light, eyes cannot see an object. That we do not know many times. Many times now we don't know that. In andhakara, eyes cannot see. Either sunlight or tube light, some light is required to know any object. Eyes cannot grasp otherwise. That is why tasyaha vrittehe, that vishaya jnanasya ityarthaha. Tasyaha vrittehe means that vishaya jnanam. Any vishaya, for that matter, any object knowledge you will get when the factor, that's the help of that sauradi, so sunlight or moonlight or any light is there, that is also helpful. Sadhako bhavati. That is useful. It is helpful, instrumental to know that object. Simple, you understand this. Alokam vina, without light. Alokam means light. Vina, without. Padarthaha, the object. Na prakashate, not visible, not experienceable. not available for perception. Na prakashate means not known by us. That is called prakasha here. And don't think prakasha means that book is illumining or mic is illumining, fan is illumining. Not is that meaning. Na prakashate means it is not available for us, for our perception. Tasmat, therefore, alokaha, light, sahakari, helpful as instrumental, iti kramaha. This is the sequence, this is the method of, or this is the mechanism in any perception. This is the mechanism in any normal course, any normal knowledge. When you want to get antakarana vritti through the eyes, so sound knowledge you want to get, shrotra indriyam, it goes there, shabdakara vritti, it gets, you get the knowledge like that. Here, that's why he used the word chakshuradi. Here we are seeing perception about that seeing object. Therefore, chakshu he used first. Iti kramaha. This is the mechanism in normal course. So every knowledge comes only through perception, through sense organ. That's why they are called jnana indriyams. So this is simple. You can understand now. Okay. So light is required. Your sense organ has to pervade that object. That sense organ pervading object, only the thought goes through that sense organ. What is that thought? Thought comes from where? From antakarana. So antakarana vritti chakshuradi dvara bahihi vyapya, that it pervades the object, and it that object knowledge you will get it. Book knowledge, pen knowledge, fan knowledge, every knowledge. Up to here we saw in the last class. Last class I took direct class. Now today online class. Okay. Now I will read. Just those are having book, they can look into the book. Rajvadau sarpadhi brahmotpatti dashayam antakarana vrittihi chakshurdvara bahirnirgatya rajvasaha samyujyate tathapi sa tama adi doshaihi pratibadha sati na rajjuhu samanakara bhavati. Now, after explaining about the perception, how you get any knowledge of any object, he explained in that above paragraph. Now what he want to say, sometimes you won't get that object knowledge because of some concealment, some avarana, some covering, something is concealing that object. That he is explaining. That example, our good old example, which we like very much, Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta. Rajvadau, Rajju, etc. Adipadat, Shukti Rajatam, shell silver, marriage water, Adipadat, etc. means Rajvadau, Sarpadi Brahmotpatti Dashayam. Now our example is mainly here Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta, not shell silver or not marriage water, but it is Rajju Sarpa. Now we stick to Rajju Sarpa Drishtanta. Okay, listen carefully. Sarpadi Brahmotpatti Dashayam. When Sarpa Adipadat here, that is silver upon the shell, water upon the sand, that Adipadat, Brahmotpatti Dasha. Brahma Utpatti. Brahma means what? Delusion. What type of delusion here? Seeing the snake upon the rope is a delusion. That is Brahma. Utpatti sthale. In the context of that Bhranti, Janya Jnanam. Dashayam, at that time. What happens now? Antakarana vrittihi chakshudvara bahirnirgatya. as it is in the previous paragraph, what he said, from Antahkarana, the vritti goes outside. Thought goes outside. Bahir nirgatya. Rajva saha samyujyate. So this vritti merge with, become one with. Samyujyate means contact with what? Rajva, with a rope. This thought goes and contact the rope. Okay? Tadhapi, even then, once it pervades that rope, what you have to get? Rope knowledge you have to get. But what happens? Even then, tadhapi, sa means savrittihi. That thought, tama adi doshaihi pratibadha. So that thought is covered by, veiled by, concealed by tama adi. Here tama means manda andhakara, semi-darkness. That is the condition. Tama manda andhakara. Adi padat, in footnote, they have given footnote. See, sometimes eye problems, cataract problem, or they cannot see in Telugu they call it rechikati. Evening times they cannot see, some people cannot see. This, because of these doshas, pratibadha, it is obstructed. What? Your thought and rope, both are obstructed. Your thought cannot see the rope as rope. Pratibadha sati, when it is obstructed. Na rajju samanakara bhavati. Your thought cannot get contact with a rope because of dim light or eye problem, any reason, whatever it may be. Samanakara na bhavati. Then what happens? Tato na rajjor avarana bhango jayate. Itham avarana bhanjaka vritti samsarge satyapi. Yada doshaihi rajvam avarana bhango na jayate. Tada adhishtana bhuta rajva vachinna chaitanya nishtha vidyayam kaschana vikshepo jayate. Simple. Whatever I said, just I am reading in Sanskrit. Okay, all this I explained in your classes. This is like a revision for all of you. Tataha, since this person is not able to see the rope as rope because of eye problem or dim light, tataha, because of that reason, tataha, therefore, na rajjoho avarana bhangaha jayate. That avarana, concealment upon the rope, does not take place. Na jayate, does not take place. Since that rajvakara vritti does not take place, what happens? Rope ignorance continues. Rope ignorance is not destroyed. Itham avarana bhanjaka vritti samsarge satyapi. Itham, even though avarana bhanjaka means that factor which is available. What is that factor? Vritti. Vritti is there, even though it is, ignorance is not destroyed. Vritti has contact. Even though vritti has contact with rope, since that ignorance of the rope is not removed, because of yada doshaihi rajvavarana bhango na jayate. That rope ignorance continues because that bhanga, the removal of, that means dim light is not gone, good light is not available, our eyes are not able to see. Tada, at that time, adhisthana bhuta rajvavachinna chaitanya. Here adhisthana bhuta means this is called Tula Vidya. See, I want to give some aside note. Avidya, there are two types of avidya. First one is Tula Vidya, second one is Mula Vidya. Tula Vidya means ignorance of anything in this world other than the self, other than the Atma. That is called Tula Vidya. Avidya means ignorance. Tula means that which is not self. Anatma. Anatma about ignorance about music, ignorance about computer, ignorance about dance, ignorance about anything, whatever, rope ignorance, all these are come under Tula Vidya. Just to note down the technical terms, you will get clarity later more and more. So this is called Tula Vidya, ignorance about non-self, anything other than the self, because we have lot of ignorance about lot of things. They all come under Tula Vidya. Ignorance of Atma is called Mula Vidya. Basic ignorance, Mula Vidya. Ignorance of Atma is known as Mula Vidya. Okay, this is about Tula Vidya and Mula Vidya. Point number 1. Point number 2 is now this snake is projected by Tula Vidya, because the snake is not Atma. So other than Atma, whatever ignorance is there, that comes under Tula Vidya. Therefore rope ignorance, ignorance and snake projected, this comes under Tula Vidya. In this Tula Vidya, what is the object? Object is rope. Here, snake he is seeing. Originally it was only rope, but he is not seeing the rope, this person. Therefore, in this case, erroneous perception case, Vishaya is the snake. Okay, in Tula Vidya, snake is the Vishaya. Snake is the Vishaya. So snake perception is called Sarpajnanam. Snake Vishaya. Real snake is not there, but he is seeing the rope as snake. So that snake is the object of my perception. And what I get? Sarpajnanam. The immediate knowledge is what? Sarpajnanam. Knowledge about Sarpa. Oh, this is Sarpaha, snake knowledge. Sarpajnanam. It is said as Sarpa Vritti here. In this paragraph, Vritti is used instead of using Jnanam, because every Vritti gives Jnanam. Okay? Therefore, author using that Vritti instead of Jnanam. So, Sarpa Vishayaha is outside, Sarpa Jnanam is inside. Sarpa Vishayaha, another technical term in this second point you have to note is external object Sarpa Vishayaha. Vishaya is the object. What is that? Is Sarpa, snake. That is called Arthadhyasa. Superimposition of that object. Arthadhyasa is external. The mistaken snake is external. Okay, Arthadhyasa. Then that snake knowledge comes in the Antahkarana. Okay, so the snake knowledge which comes within Antahkaranam, that is called Jnanadhyasa. Jnanadhyasa. So you got wrong knowledge. You means that person who is seeing the snake upon the rope. Snake is seen outside, Bahyaha, external, Arthadhyasa. And internal, that knowledge of snake is internal, therefore it is called Jnanadhyasa. So Jnanadhyasa and Arthadhyasa put together Anirvachaniya Khyati. So arthadhyasa is external, seeing the snake as an object on the rope outside. It is called superimposition, outside superimposition, arthadhyasa. And sarpa jnanam is jnanadhyasa. These two simultaneously happens. The moment you see the snake upon the rope, snake appearance and snake knowledge, it won't take much time. Yugapat. Yugapat means simultaneously both will rise in the mind. That is sarpa, the sarpa jnanam. Sarpa, sarpa jnanam. Sarpa, sarpa jnanam. So this is called pratibhasika sarpaha, pratibhasika sarpa jnanam. Pratibhasika projected. Projected. Snake is projected upon the rope. So the projected pratibhasika sarpa adhyasa, pratibhasika sarpa jnana adhyasa. These two will happen simultaneously at a time. This is about Tula Vidya. Pratibhasika arthadhyasa, pratibhasika jnanadhyasa, about Tula Vidya. Over. Now let us come to Mula Vidya. What is Mula Vidya? Tula Vidya we understand easily. Mula Vidya is Vyavaharika Vastu, that Vyavaharika Vastu, external outside object, Vyavaharika Vastu, and Vyavaharika Vastu Jnanam. Okay, Mula Vidya produce Vyavaharika Arthadhyasa, Mula Vidya produce Vyavaharika Jnanadhyasa. Okay, slowly you will get clarity. Okay, this word very great challenge for a student and for a teacher, especially the 4 pages of this topic. It's a great challenge. Shastra is giving a jolt, jerk for a student, how far you are sharp enough you can grasp the teaching. Okay, slowly you will grasp. And it's not difficult, but gradually you can grasp. So, Mula Vidya produce Vyavaharika Arthadhyasa, and Mula Vidya produce Vyavaharika Jnanadhyasa. Okay? Tula Vidya produce Pratibhasika Arthadhyasa, and Tula Vidya produce Pratibhasika Jnanadhyasa. These names just to note. Tula Vidya, Mula Vidya. Tula Vidya produce Pratibhasika Adhyasa has 2 types, Arthadhyasa and Jnanadhyasa. So Pratibhasika Arthadhyasa, Pratibhasika Jnanadhyasa produced by Tula Vidya. Because Tula Vidya is that any ignorance about any Anatma Vastu, projection. And Mula Vidya produce Vyavaharika Arthadhyasa and Vyavaharika Jnanadhyasa. We'll see more elaborately later. This much you can remember. Now, Anirvachaniya Khyati, Arthadhyasa. Anirvachaniya Khyati means Arthadhyasa and Jnanadhyasa. Okay, Arthadhyasa is external, Jnanadhyasa is internal. Put together Anirvachaniya Khyati. Okay, Mula Vidya is responsible for Vyavaharika Arthadhyasa and Vyavaharika Jnanadhyasa. Tula Vidya is responsible for Pratibhasika Arthadhyasa and Pratibhasika Jnanadhyasa. Okay. Now, Acharya says, since this person is not able to see the rope as rope, is looking at as something else, that is called Vikshepaha. So, look into the portion now. Yada doshaihi rajva varana bhango na jayate, when that avarana, bhanga has not taken place, it is not destroyed, na jayate tada adhisthana bhuta rajvavachinna chaitanyam. This is little bit technical. What he want to say, every ignorance, avidya is always parinami upadana karanam. Chaitanyam is always vivarta upadana karanam. Highly technical. Avidya is always parinami upadana karanam. Ignorance is always parinami, changing material cause. Ignorance is always changing material cause. In Sanskrit, avidya is always parinami upadana karanam. Chaitanyam is always vivarta upadana karanam. What is vivartam? That which is appearing as something else without undergoing any change. For vivartam, I give the definition also. Swaswarupa aparityagena. Rope is not leaving its real nature. Rope has not changed. Without changing itself, but it appears as snake for that person in Mandandhakara. That's why rope is the vivarta upadana karanam. In example, he says chaitanyam, this ignorance is in chaitanyam only. Adhishtanam is chaitanyam. Chaitanyam is always vivarta upadana karanam. Anirvachanayam means mysterious. Ityartha. Anirvachanayam, mysterious. Mithya. Just meaning. For time being, you can. I gave English translation. Anirvachanayam means indescribable, I said. Inexplicable, I said. Two meanings, English meanings I have given. Another meaning also mysterious. Why it is mysterious, we are going to see later. Or we can call, Advaitin gives coin the name Mithya. What is Mithya? That which is seemingly existent, as though seemingly existent, that is called mithya. So the non-changing cause is chaitanyam. So understanding this is what are all I have introduced now. Tula vidya, mula vidya, arthadhyasa, jnanadhyasa. Tula vidya produce pratibhasika arthadhyasa and pratibhasika jnanadhyasa. And mula vidya produce vyavaharika arthadhyasa and vyavaharika jnanadhyasa. You are going to see all of them clearly. So just like a lady want to cook and she keeps all things provisions ready. After when she is keeping everything ready, what she is going to prepare you do not know. Finally, when the recipe is ready, you forget about all provisions, whatever she kept. You see that kitchen at that time, how it looks. Once the recipe is ready, everybody enjoying final outcome. That is like that here also. These are all provisions. We are also keeping so many things ready for final recipe. What is that recipe? Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya is the recipe. That is not easily available. Just nice food is not easily available on the table. Okay. So the lady has to cook a lot and sit so much time in the kitchen, not sitting but standing. Okay, lot of time and doing so much, so many items, preparation, mixing this, that and all, so many things. Like that, here also Shastra presents so many things here. So seemingly existent or conditionally existent. That is Adhisthana Bhuta. So Adhishtanam is the rope enclosed Chaitanyam. Adhisthana Bhuta Rajvavachinna Chaitanya. You can understand this much here. Rope is rope enclosed Chaitanyam. Why? Snake is, you said. That is in a Chaitanyam. If you see rope as rope, rope is, you say. That easiness is called Chaitanyam. Because I am seeing and telling what this is. That therefore Chaitanya Nishtha Avidyayam. In that ignorance, Nishtayam, Chaitanya Nishtha, enclosed. Avachinna means enclosed. Avachinna Chaitanya. Rajju avachinna Chaitanya. Rope enclosed Chaitanyam. Adhisthana means Adharam. Adharam or location. Location is what? By bringing the light, you will get knowledge. But light is not there. What is there here? Adhara. Rajvavachinna Chaitanya Nishtha Avidya. Ignorance is located in the Chaitanyam. Then what? Kaschana Vikshepaha Jayate. Since their concealment is not removed, Vikshepa Jayate. Vikshepa means Avidya has got two powers. I told you many times in previous classes. Avidya has got two powers. One is Avarana Shakti, veiling power. Second one is Vikshepa Shakti. Vikshepa Shakti means distortion. Vikshepa Shakti. And once you miss the rope, you mistake the rope as snake. So snake appears. That is called Vikshepa. So that activated Vikshepaha Jayate. Jayate means activated. Since you are not able to see the rope as rope, you are Avarana is there, Manda Andhakara, eye problem is there, therefore Vikshepaha Jayate. Either one person sees it as snake, one person sees it as a stick, one person sees as a water stream, like that. Tada. Tada sa avidya sarpakareణ parinamate sa cha avidya karya bhutah sarpo yadi san syat na sa rajju sakshatkareణ nivarteta nivrittischa anubhuyate tasman naiva san sa sarpah. Very, very important. So after Vikshepa Jayate, means a snake is appearing. That is Vikshepa here. Tada. Sa avidya. That ignorance of that rope. What happened? Sarpakarena parinamate. The moment you miss the rope as rope, it turns it as snake. Sarpakarena parinamate. Your thought takes the Sarpakara vritti. Rajvakara vritti it has to take. It has to appear in that rope form. But what is happening? Sarpakarena, in the form of snake. Parinamate, it appears. Sacha avidya karyabhuta sarpaha. So this sarpaha, the snake, karyabhuta, produced, born. Karyabhuta means produced, born out of what? Avidya. Sahasarpaha. Sahasarpaha means that mandandhakara, this person saw that snake. It is born out of ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of rope. Yedi san syat, if it is really there, suppose. If snake is really there, saha sarpaha na rajju sakshatkarena nivarteta. If it is real sarpa, real snake, after seeing the snake, rope as rope, he puts the light. Rope seen as rope. If that seemingly appeared snake, if it is real, suppose, after seeing the rope also, it would have not gone. It would have not gone. Hypothetical argument. Yedi san syat, if it is there, saha sarpaha rajju sakshatkarena, by clearly understanding the rope as rope, na nivarteta, this snake would have not gone. When? If it is real. nivrittihi cha anubhuyate, but we are experiencing snake gone, snake disappeared. Tasma naiva san sarpaha atyanta sacchet स्यात् सः सर्पः वन्ध्यापुत्रादिवत् उपलभ्यते तु तस्मान्नाप्यसन् स सर्पः किन्तु सदसद्विलक्षणः अनिर्वचनीयः. Now he says, if it is there really, that snake, adhyastha sarpaha, if it is really there, after putting light also, after seeing the rope as rope also, it would have not gone if it is really there. Therefore, what can you say? Can you say it is tasmat naiva san saha? Saha sarpaha naiva, it is not there at all. Atyanta asat chet syat. You have to split like that. Atyanta saha sarpaha asan. So previous word you have to say tasmat naiva san sasarpaha. How you have to do anvaya? Tasmat saha sarpaha asan iti na bhavati. Totally it is not there, you cannot say. Atyanta asat chet, suppose it is not totally not there, saha sarpaha, that snake, nivrit vandhyaputradivat na upalabhyeta. You have to split. Vandhyaputradivat na upalabhyeta. So Vandhyaputra means a woman, barren woman who cannot give birth to a child. Vandhyaputraha. Can such a son is available? When she is not able to give birth to a child, you cannot talk about the son of that Vandhyaputra. Totally non-existent, absolutely non-existent. So the sarpa, if it is really there, it cannot go after putting light. If it is totally not there, he is totally non-existent. If you say like that, Vandhyaputravat na upalabhyeta, he would have not seen that sarpa. But upalabhyate tu, but this person is seeing that upalabhyate tu tasmat. You cannot say tasmat asan api na bhavati. Sa sarpaha asan api na. You cannot say it is not there. Double negative. How to do anvaya? See this line itself, you have to do anvaya properly. Tasmat saha sarpaha asan api na. Therefore, you cannot say it is totally not there also, you cannot say. It is there, really there also, you cannot say. Therefore, what you can say? Kintu, but sadasad vilakshana anirvachaniya. It is not existent also, it is not non-existent also. Sat means existent, asat means non-existent. Therefore, our snake, rope snake is what type? You cannot say it is really there also. You cannot say it is not there at all also, you cannot say, because this person is afraid of that snake. Therefore, we want to give a new category, new third khyati, that is anirvachaniyaha. Evameva shuktyadi adhikarneshu api aropita rajatadayaha tatkalikataya anirvachaniyata yotpannaha santaha pratibhanti asya anirvachaniyasya sarpadehe khyatihi prasiddhihi pratitihi spuranam abhivadanancha anirvachaniya khyatirityuchyate. evameva, in this manner. Shutyadi, not only rope snake, another example also, same thing happens. Shukti Adi. Shukti means the shell. Upon the shell in the beach, the person sees the silver. Adi Padat, etc. Marriage water. Seeing water on the sand. Adhikaraneshu api, in that locus also. Aropita Rajatadayaha. Aropita means superimposed. Rajata means silver. Adipadat, water upon the sand. Tatkalikataya, temporarily. Anirvachaniyataya utpanna, they are inexplicably appearing, indescribably appearing. Anirvachaniyataya utpanna santaha pratibhanti, as though they are there. They are appearing. Pratibhanti means appears to you, to that person. Therefore, asya anirvachaniyasya sarpadehi, such type of sarpa, silver, water, asya, they are all come under what? Anirvachaniyasya. What is that name? Error. Khyatihi. It is called error. Prasiddhihi, unknown. Sorry, well known. Prasiddhi means well known. Other meaning, pratitihi, cognition. Spuranam, appearance. Abhivadanam, abhivadanancha, experience and verbally saying. See what is all these words meaning? There is snake outside. I know it is snake. Knowledge, experience. Then telling to others also verbally. Vadanancha is telling outside also. Snake is there. I know that is snake. So sarpaha, sarpajnanam, and uttering the words. All this comes under anirvachaniya khyati rityuchyate. This is called anirvachaniya khyat. More in the next class. Purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.